Welcome to Great Day Live on this Monday morning. I'm Janelle Martinez.
And I'm Allison Godlove. Thanks so much for joining us. Hopefully you're having a great start to your day. Good to have you back.
Yes, I know. It's great to be back. I was in New York for work. On
assignment.
Yes, on assignment. I was with the Strass Center. We were previewing some of the Broadway shows that are coming here to Tampa. So they are amazing. I can't wait to tell you
Yes, we're going to chat all about it. Stick with us throughout the show. We're going to chat a little bit more here about your trip. We're excited about it.
So exciting.
Yeah. Did you see that it's been 25 years?
I know.
Since Legally Blonde. They were celebrating their anniversary. And it was a pop-up called Elle World, and the cast was all back together.
Oh, love it.
It was really cool to see them. They all look amazing, too.
They do look amazing. You know, I think it tracks 25 years. I feel like
25 years, that's crazy.
I mean, it's a long time, but I feel like it tracks. And then the prequel is coming out, that series.
Elle.
So I feel like we've been talking about Legally Blonde a lot. So I think I heard that it's about 25 years, but such a cool show, such a good movie.
Such a great movie.
I loved it. My kids loved it. So yeah, if you haven't seen it, go back
The only
and watch
person that was missing from that little reunion was Luke Wilson, who ended up being like her love interest. You know, they got together.
Well, where was he?
I don't know.
Off doing
he wasn't
something.
there.
Oh, he was great
busy.
too. I forgot about him. Yeah. So he's really good. Okay, so in other news, this I had no idea. This really surprised me, but Anne Hathaway is pregnant with her third baby. So look at her there. She's stunning.
I know. I loved it.
Beautiful, but obviously very pregnant, which surprised me because we just saw her at the premiere.
She's
and I looked
busy.
it up May 1st, and those pictures. You can't tell at all that she is pregnant.
All those Hollywood secrets, they know how to do it. They know how to figure all of it out.
So I went back and looked at the picture this morning. I'm like, oh my gosh. And it was like a fitted around the waist dress. It wasn't like really billowing. Anyway, but she looks amazing. So baby number 3.
Number 3.
Yeah, so congratulations to
and
her.
it was such a cute little Instagram reveal too.
I know.
You can't even really tell in that. And then she reveals it and walks off. It's so sweet.
Love her. She's great.
I know. Good for her. Number 3. Also, this is just an amazing video and just so sweet. So you see this pitcher gets hit in the face by the batter. He does a line drive, hits him right in the face. He makes it to first, and then he goes out. You see, obviously, the pitcher hits the ground. But then the batter goes out to the mound, and he goes to check on him. He's like, hey, are you okay? Are you okay? So great. And the guy, of course, wait till you see him turn around. Look at his forehead.
Look at his, I know, I noticed that. That is
He was taken out of the game, obviously, but he's okay.
Yes, I know.
And they were former teammates, so they kind of, have that relationship too. But I mean, I'm sure you have to feel horrible. Oh, there's a puppy here, by the way.
Can you hear his little barking? You're going to meet him later.
Oh, you're going to meet him in a second. But of course, that has to hit you. You know, you didn't mean to.
No,
and then this is.
No, I'm sure it happens. But I mean, that looked nasty. 106 miles an hour. That ball was
right
going.
at your face.
So right at your head
too. But everybody's okay.
But I checked. He's okay.
Yes.
So good.
All right. This puppy wants to be on TV. Okay. So it's Monday. Look at this little sweetheart. Aww. She is looking for a home. She's ready to be adopted. We're gonna introduce you to her in just a minute.
And we'll tell you just how a simple pair of socks can make a huge difference for families of cancer patients.
Voices of Hope for Aphasia is getting ready for its annual gala Wordplay coming up on July 1st.
And here to tell us about this event and how you can get involved is Executive Director Debbie Yonis. Welcome to the show. Great to have you here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, great to have you back. I know we talked about this last year, but for people who may not be familiar with aphasia and exactly what that is, help us understand.
Yeah, so aphasia is an acquired language disorder, which means you were using language normally, you were speaking like any of us, and then something happened that caused you to have this disorder. For most people, it's a stroke, but it's anything that affects the part of the brain where we process language. And the important thing is that it's a language disorder. It's not a cognitive disorder. It's not a memory disorder. It really affects how you speak, most obviously, and understanding what people are saying to you, and the ability to read and write to varying degrees across people. So it's like if I dropped you into the middle of a country where you don't speak the language and they don't speak English, right? You're not any less intelligent. You just have a language impairment.
Okay.
Interesting. Yeah, that's a good way to understand it.
Yeah. And so this is the 4th annual event.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about the gala.
So it's a really, you may see from my outfit.
we should have led with that, right? That you're wearing a crossword puzzle.
Yes, it is a crossword competition.
Okay.
And it is a very, very competitive night of crossword competitions. Each year we have a custom-made crossword puzzle. I have it with me, but I'm not, nobody can zoom in because it's, the answers are on it. But we have it made by a New York Times crossword puzzle constructor every year, Kevin Christian. And so the night centers on word games like crossword puzzles and Wordle and some word searches, so that then we can, after all the fun, they throw it back to me and I say, wasn't it fun using language? Could you imagine what would happen and how isolating it could be if you lost your ability to communicate?
Yeah. So it's really eye-opening for the people who attend.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Yeah.
And who can attend? Is it for people who just really love crossword puzzles? Is it for people who want to learn more about this or have family members affected by this disease?
It's really for everybody.
Yeah.
Yes, a lot of crossword puzzle people come just because they saw the crossword puzzle gala and they have competitive nature and and there is a prize for the
there's a
crossword
prize.
puzzle. Yeah, for the table. So it's table competitions.
Got it.
But it's really just a really fun night. It's casual. We encourage people to dress in black and white in a crossword puzzle theme. And it's a really fun night for a really, really fun cause. And then you'll get to meet people with aphasia throughout the course of the night and see really what the money is going towards.
How do the proceeds then benefit people who are going through this?
So Voices of Hope for Aphasia is a community-based nonprofit where we really I like to think of us as the catch-all for people with aphasia and their family members. They're facing this diagnosis, or maybe they're 10 years in, and they still want to continue to progress with language in a more natural way, and most importantly, building a social network of people who really understand the road that they're traveling, and as caregivers living with somebody with aphasia.
Okay, so you're going to do a little, we're going to play a crossword puzzle. I'm like, you're not going to
get
make
ready.
me spell, are you? 'Cause I'm a terrible
There's
speller.
no spelling.
Okay.
All right, so I brought the crossword puzzle.
Okay.
So for your viewers, too, you're going to get a sneak peek into some of the clues,
Ooh,
so
okay.
you'll have a leg up on the competition. All right.
Okay.
All right, so the first one, a 5-letter word.
Okay.
Okay.
Starting with the letter S. For minor disagreements. Starting with an S.
A minor disagreement? Oh, no.
Minor disagreements, I should say, plural. Important.
Right?
Any help from the audience?
Can we call a friend?
A spat?
Anyway, well, there you go. There you go.
That was
Allison, you
Rob.
got it.
That was
Oh,
Rob.
Nice job, Rob.
So good. Oh, that's hard. I would never have gotten
Thank
that.
you.
Okay, so now everybody who heard it has one clue for the puzzle.
Right.
I should also say, on the silent auction, and I'm holding it here, a couple of years ago, the Rays players came to the event because they love to do crossword puzzles. So they got advanced copies of the crossword puzzle. They solved them. And so we're auctioning off 2 crossword puzzles signed by Brian Baker and Ben Williamson of the
amazing.
Rays. Yeah,
Very cool.
So I'm
Amazing.
holding one of them.
Okay, we
not
may
the
have time
original.
for one more.
Okay,
real quick.
Well,
all right.
hopefully.
So this one, a 8-letter word.
Okay.
Word game that involves miming without using any spoken words.
Oh, charades.
Charades. That came from our producer, Melissa. She's a
I heard
smarty
everybody
pants.
whispering it. Yeah.
I wouldn't have got that either.
So I brought charades, but we don't have time.
Oh, I know, we don't,
But I will.
yeah.
That's all right. If I will say, charades is another way to communicate.
Right, yeah.
So we don't just rely on speech for communication. We can use gestures. We can use drawing. We can use facial expressions, and all of those ways express what we want to say.
Well, thank you so much for
Yes.
being here and
Yes.
for doing that. If you want more information and if you want to attend the event, wordplaytampabay.com. You can go there and check it out. Thanks again for being here.
Thank you both.
It's wonderful.
All right, we got to go back to this puppy. She needs a home. We are going to introduce you to our pet of the week right after the break. Well, it is Monday. It, of course, is time for our Pet of the Week. Madison from the Humane Society of Tampa Bay is here with this sweetheart. This is Moon. She's found my rings. Hi, sweetheart. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, good. She is a baby.
She is, and we just woke her up too before bringing here, so she is peak energy.
Yes. Hi, sweetheart. Hello. And
she's
you think
also in
she's
her-
like a shepherd mix?
Yes, yeah. So she's 2 months old, probably a shepherd mix, and pure energy, definitely in her shark phase, some people would call it. But she is a fun, energetic little ball of puppy.
She is a doll. She does not like this leash. She wants it off. She wants to roam. But okay. Now you're comfy. Now you're comfy. There we
face
go.
that way, though.
She is sweet, and she's ready to be adopted now.
Yep, she's ready to be
Okay.
adopted. She is available at our Hillsborough campus on North Armenia. So you guys can head back there or head there now and wait for her.
Do you see yourself on the camera? Come here. Yeah, so she's obviously a puppy, so you
Yes.
want to take that into consideration that
Yes.
you're going to be teaching her everything.
Yes, they don't come trained. They
Yes.
do not come potty trained. So if you get her, you got to make sure that you have a lot of time. Someone at home to help watch her. They will have accidents
Yep.
at first until you train them. So someone at home to give them time, give them some correction, play with them, get all of her energy out.
Yeah.
Good home. And then
Look at her.
especially with her breed too, she's going to be very smart, but again, still very energetic. So needs someone who can help her live an active lifestyle.
Yeah, so make sure that you are ready for a lot of energy.
Yes.
But she's winning everybody over here in the studio. Everybody just thinks she's a doll. I want to talk about Pause for Literacy
Yeah.
while we have you here. So what
Yes.
is this program?
So Pause for Literacy is a program you can have your kids come in and they can come to either our Hillsborough or Pinellas campus, and it's every Tuesday and Thursday, and they can come in and read to our animals. So it's good for them to practice their own reading skills and also get our animals socialized
Yeah.
and being around kids especially. So something for them to do, come in with your parent and just, on your day off or have some time around, you can come in and read
Is it
to them.
any age?
I believe it's 5 and up. You have to check our website to make sure.
Okay.
But 5 and up, you have to be with a parent.
Okay.
But
That's a great way too that you said, it's getting the animals around people and they get to spend some time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then sometimes if you're lucky, you might, adopt a dog.
Yeah,
out of
you
it.
might
We
find one.
have had some fun stories come from it. So
That's a cool program too, and I bet the kids love it to be able to come and to
yes,
read.
they do. I don't know how much reading actually gets done, but
That's okay. That is okay. Well, so Moon is available right now. If you want to adopt her, let's find her a wonderful, loving home. She certainly deserves it. She is such a doll. Thank you for bringing her in. Good
Thank
to see you
you.
as always. Again, she's at the Hillsborough campus.
Yes.
She's at the Hillsborough campus. So you can go humanesocietytampabay.org if you want to check out. I think she's comfy here now,
Oh my
Janelle.
goodness, what a cutie. There's going to be a line when you get there.
I know.
bet.
There's already a line here in the
I know.
studio.
That is amazing. All right, well, still to come, our next guest has a sole purpose of giving back to the community, and she's helping Moffitt Cancer Center one pair of socks at a time. We tell you all about it coming up next. Welcome back. Our next guest is turning a simple pair of socks into a way to give back. Catherine Shoemaker is Miss Tampa Bay, USA, and founder of Soul Society, a Pilates sock brand. So welcome to the show. So great to have you here.
Thank you. I'm so excited. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about your title in a minute, but I want to start with your business, your socks, Soul Society. People may not be aware what Pilates socks are, so help us understand what they are.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm actually a Pilates instructor. I teach Reformer Pilates, and one of the things about that is you need specific socks that have grips on the bottom.
Right.
So these are special socks for Reformer Pilates. You can also use them for yoga or mat Pilates, and I designed them myself.
Yeah, they're beautiful, but there was an inspiration behind this business. You really wanted to give back because you have a personal connection to
do.
cancer.
Yes, I do. So in the midst of me starting this business and designing these socks, in the end of 2024, both of my parents were treated for cancer at Moffitt Cancer Center here locally in Tampa, Florida. So this business has a newfound mission and a personal meaning for me, and every pair of socks sold, a percentage of profits go to Moffitt Cancer Center.
Wow, that's amazing. And your parents, you said they're both in remission right now.
They are.
And you were telling me they were diagnosed within months of each other. That must have been
Yes.
so difficult
Yes.
at that time. So you saw that there was a need to help the families going through this.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a tough time for me and really hit me hard as an only child. And unfortunately, it's something that a lot of people can relate to, a cancer diagnosis, someone they love going through it. So I wanted to give back to Moffitt, who just gave my family more time, and be there for the families that are going through a similar thing.
Yeah, well, these are so cute. Okay, I love the color because I feel like you could wear these, you know, you could put on a pair of, you know, slides and then like walk right out because they're so cute. Wait, let me show the little embroideries there where you have different, so you have the little smiley face, you have the hearts,
Yes.
right? And you have a favorite one.
I have the Florida here, since I'm
Yeah.
a Florida girl, and I have an espresso martini sock.
So cute.
She's super fun, my favorite drink, and she's a crowd favorite, and I love the extra detail that we put into this embroidery.
I know, they are so cute. And so you teach Pilates
Yes.
here in town. So tell me about you're getting ready for a big pageant coming up because you are Miss Tampa Bay, USA. So what does that mean and what are you going for?
Yeah, I think that it's something that just happened really naturally for me because I already have this mission of wanting to give back through Moffitt and already care about health and wellness. And it's really a mind-body connection and discipline preparing for a pageant. And
Yeah.
it's something that I've really enjoyed the process. I really enjoyed challenging myself, pushing myself, having that discipline in the gym. So it's been a really fun experience.
Yeah, so when is that pageant? How much longer do you have?
It is next month. It's July 10th through 12th. So I'm really excited and it's coming up soon.
Yes, and so you're getting all prepared for that pageant right now, and there's a lot that goes into it.
Yes, a lot that goes into it. I'm flying up to New York on Friday to get my gown, which is super fun in the garment district for my evening gown, and it's been a really fun time.
So fun. Okay, so let's talk more about the socks because if someone wants to buy them, again, you said that some of the proceeds go to the Moffitt
Moffitt,
Cancer Center.
yes.
So how can we get these socks?
Yes, so on soulsocietypilates.com, you can purchase them. They're all available, all the styles here. We have 4 styles right now. The website went live in November. It's been great, and you can get them there on the website, learn more about the mission, and also on Instagram, Soul Society Pilates, to learn more and get more involved.
Yeah, and you said you wanted to make the socks because you felt like there weren't really any
Yes.
that kind of fit your vibe, your personality.
Right. I love neutrals. I love wearing black, white, brown. So
Right.
this is something that you can really just throw on and it matches with everything. All the other
Yeah.
socks that I saw
Yeah.
were neon, ruffles, which there's a time and place for
Of
that.
course, yeah.
But I created something that I wanted myself, and that's
Yeah.
been a really fun part of the process.
They are so cute. I love them. So thank you so much for coming and
Yes.
good luck to you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right, Allison.
Your bathroom is one of the most important rooms of your home. David Halverson with West Shore Home is here to tell us more about how we can make it look really good. It's good to have you here.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah, this is a really exciting thing to talk about because so many people pay attention to their bathrooms and they love, you know, renovations and that. So what can customers expect from your bathroom remodels?
Well, we do the full bathroom, of course. We do the wet space, we do the flooring, we do the toilets, and the vanities. It's an easy process. We try to take as much stress and hassle out of it as we possibly can.
Which is what we want because that seems really overwhelming to probably do a bathroom.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk about how you make it so convenient because you offer a lot of products. So how does West Shore Home make the process as easy as you say it is?
Well, it starts with the initial consultation, right? So we have a design consultant come out to the home with the homeowner, sit down, design the whole space, and then it's our crew that comes out and performs the installation. And typically it's about a 1 to 3 day process, while most other companies will take weeks. We can wrap it up in a couple days.
So it's the same from start to finish.
Correct.
Same people that they're with West Shore Home. So that feels very hassle-free, which is what we really love. So could you tell us about your products and why your full remodel options really just make a lot of sense for people?
Well, right now what's happening in the market as a whole is a lot of companies offer the same kind of dated one-dimensional designs. We actually have a great new exciting design that is unique to our company. It looks great. It's either matte or gloss. And once again, it transforms that whole space with our crews.
Yeah. If people just have questions or they don't really know where to start, is just giving you a call and kind of walking through some scenarios a good place to start?
Absolutely. So when the call comes in, sometimes the same day we can send out a design consultant to sit with the customer and design that beautiful space for them and basically provide them that proposal right away.
So if that's someone's watching and that's something that they're thinking about doing, what's the best way to do that?
Just give us a call.
Yeah, give you a call. And what's your website that we can visit?
WestShoreHome.com.
Great. Well, thank you so much for being here. Exclusive to our customers watching today, we can offer free installation of your project, and we also offer interest-free financing or low monthly payments to fit any budget. Scan that QR code on your screen to qualify for the offer. You can call 813-358-3759 or log on to westshorebath.com.
Coming up tomorrow, we tell you about a great event that benefits the Center for Women and how you can take part.
Ron was an active guy
I'm an outdoorsman.
until plantar fasciitis pain hit.
My wife.
For many of us, traveling to exotic places on different continents is on our bucket list, but we can't forget that there are so many beautiful places to see right here in our very own country.
And no better time to take a classic American trip than during our country's 250th year. So here to help us choose where we should go is travel writer Terry Ward. Good to have you.
Great to be back. How are you two?
Good.
amazing.
We have to remember this, that plus everywhere you go in the country is so different. From
Yeah.
Florida, and then you go up to, Washington. It's so different. We need to remember that we
Yes,
can travel
and we're
here.
seeing all those TikToks of the people here from the World Cup from other countries
Yes.
saying how much they love our country and how beautiful it is.
Yeah.
So we have to explore it, right?
And this is really the summer for nostalgia travel too.
Yeah.
People are looking for like the comfort of like this Americana feel and just leaning into everything that makes our landscape so special and makes the country so beautiful to explore.
So let's kick it off by starting in Montana.
And I've just gotten back from there last night. I had the absolute best family vacation with my two kids and my husband. We flew it to Missoula. It's not that long of a trip by Denver, quick connections. And this is the Blackfoot River and Paws Up Ranch. So it's called Paws Up Montana. They've got cabins, they've got glamping tents, horses. They'll take you on like a cattle drive, floating on the Blackfoot River. Those are the glamping tents you see. And it's all-inclusive rates. They wrap in the meals there too. And afterwards, we went to this part of Montana called Seeley Lake, which is nearby, and did more of a rustic stay there at the Double Arrow Lodge. It was absolutely beautiful too. Rented a pontoon, went out on that lake, went exploring in the forests, and just really quintessential Americana summer out in Montana.
When you're saying rustic, how rustic are we talking?
No. Rustic compared to a luxury ranch. So
Right.
like
Got
beautiful. This lodge, Double Arrow Lodge, was built in the 1930s. It's like a historic landmark. Was just super epic with like antlers around and just books to read about the history of the area. Absolutely loved it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
felt
well,
very
this-
Montana.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the pictures look beautiful. Okay, so you also South Dakota.
South Dakota, another, if you want to lean into those Western vibes, which are just so hot right now. As everybody knows, cowboy culture. There's Mount Rushmore. They're going to be doing fireworks there for the 4th of July, which is really rare that they do them here. So people are really excited about that.
Okay.
The town of Deadwood is another really Western historic city. Go to a saloon. You can see reenactments. This is where Calamity Jane was from. So lots of history in South Dakota, too, and the Western vibes.
That's very cool. And then we got to go back down south, South Carolina.
Yes, and this is an easy drive to one.
Yeah.
I went here with my family a couple of years ago during the summer to the Montage Palmetto Bluff. It's on the May River in South Carolina. It's about less than 6 hours you can drive there. Something really cool to do is go out shark teeth hunting on the river. They'll take you out on a boat. You can pedal everywhere, bike around. The town is really walkable too, and they'll be going all out for the 4th of July as well.
It looks gorgeous.
It's interesting. You don't think shark teeth hunting along
In
the river,
I
right?
know.
Yeah.
We went out and you're looking, there's like fossils. It was so cool. The May River, which I hadn't heard of till I went there either.
Yeah, very cool. Okay, someplace else, Tulsa.
Tulsa, Oklahoma. Though this is also, it's America's 250th birthday, but it's also the 100th anniversary of Route 66. And the person who kind of like designed this idea of Route 66 is from Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Okay.
So 24 miles of this historic route run through the city. Run through the city surrounds. They've got all the things you come to see, like giant statues devoted to Americana, the neon lights, Art Deco architecture, and also Tulsa is on indigenous land. the Muskogee Indian, and also the Native Americans, and also the Cherokee. So there's just so much culture there, history, a really rich place to experience Route 66 in a small snippet of it.
Yeah, you get 250th, the 100th, you had to do all
Hit
of
all
it.
the anniversaries.
Yeah, get them all knocked out. And then wrapping up with Lexington, Kentucky.
So this is another one you could do a drive to. It's about 12 and a half hours from Tampa, take you through Atlanta and Knoxville, fun road trip into horse country. So of course Lexington's known for the Kentucky Derby. Also the Bourbon Trail, you can get out and explore like the history of horse racing there. And again, a little cooler temperatures. This destination, surprised to learn that it's within driving distance of 2/3 of the population of the U.S. So a great place for a road trip too.
And that part of the country is just so beautiful.
It is.
And you really do get all the seasons,
Yeah.
like very distinct seasons. So if you're looking for it to be still kind of nice, you can go any time of year, really,
Absolutely.
and not
Something
really.
for everybody too.
Yeah. These are such fun places that we need to remember are right here in our backyard. So you're always going fun places. Where are you going to next?
Let's see, I'm going to the Bahamas tomorrow.
Okay.
For a couple
tomorrow.
days. And then we're going on a Disney cruise up to Alaska from Vancouver with the family. So,
That'll be amazing.
Yep, summer for cruising too. So
Yes.
many people doing it.
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
wonderful. Well, thanks for coming by and chatting about these
Thank you
places.
so
They look
much.
gorgeous.
I know,
Thank
amazing.
you.
And where can we follow? If we want to follow along on your amazing travels, how can we do
I
that?
post a lot to stories on Terry Ward Writer. That's my Instagram.
Okay, perfect.
Check her out.
Thank you, Terry.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for having me.
And it's time now for the GDL weather forecast. I'm here with Courtney, and we are talking about the heat.
Yes.
Again.
Right. And that's going to unfortunately be the story for the next several months now that summer, of course, officially started yesterday. But today, we're talking the potential for maybe record heat. And when you're talking record heat in June, that's usually not a good thing. No. It's going to be hot. Now, I will say the feels like temperatures will be a little lower than where we ended last week. We had the really dangerous heat last week where it was like feels like temperatures 110, 112. Not going to see that today, but our actual high temperature will reach about 96 degrees in Tampa today, which of course is naturally hot on its own. And that would tie a record set all the way back in 1948. So it's been kind of a record that's held on for quite a while, but still plenty hot. Already seeing temperatures in the mid to upper 80s out there right now. So if you're, getting your day started, it's going to be a steamy start to your day. You want to try to get out sooner rather than later these next couple of days, and really the next couple of months, just because once it gets to a certain temperature, it's uncomfortable to be getting your walks done. And of course, you got to think about your pets too. You guys had that cute dog on
Oh my gosh,
today.
wasn't he adorable?
Oh my
She,
goodness.
I think it's a girl. Yeah.
So cute. You have to just, be really careful. The pavement heats up so quickly. Even in like 85 degrees, which we're already at right now, the pavement could feel over like 120 degrees. So you need to be really careful for their paws. Feels like temperatures today going to climb very quickly. By 4 o'clock this afternoon, here it is, 103 to about like 106, 107. And now this is technically under what would give us a heat advisory. That's about 108 or higher, and you usually have to have 108 kind of widespread across the area for that. So we won't see that. But really, what's the difference between 106 and 108, right?
Right.
Can't really
It's
tell
hot.
the difference. It's hot out there. So and tomorrow we'll do it all over again. 103 to upwards of 107 for feels like temperatures, and that'll be pretty much the same thing throughout the entire week this week. The humidity is going to stay fairly elevated. Temperatures are going to stay in the 90s, so we're not going to get much relief. And unfortunately, not a lot of rain either. We need the rain. We're in our rainy season. We're supposed to have, those daily sea breeze showers and storms, and our onshore wind has just been so dominant in our forecast. A lot of the rain has been pushing inland. So if you live in Polk, Hardy, or Highlands County, you've been in pretty good shape. Winter Haven's gotten a good bit of rain, but otherwise, closer to the coast, it's just so dry. So even today, we're looking at a few isolated showers and storms. Polk, Hardy, Highlands County again. Any storms that develop today, just because of how much instability we'll have because of all the heat and humidity, we could have some gusty wind and heavy rain and storms that develop. We saw that over the weekend. While we don't have an organized severe threat or anything like that, we still could have some gusty wind and storms that develop. And it'll be pretty much the same thing tomorrow, mainly inland for storms.
Okay, well, our guest, Terry, stayed behind because she has a very important question for you. Okay, Allison, what is her question?
We were just chatting about how beautiful it is in Montana during the summer. It's not these temperatures, but what's your question for Courtney?
Well, I'm planning a weekend pool party with friends this weekend in the neighborhood and wondering if we have to worry about lightning and afternoon thunderstorms or how the forecast's looking.
Right, absolutely. So, the weekend not looking terrible, which is good. I mean, plenty hot, so great to,
Great
have
for
a
a pool party.
Right?
Yeah.
That's the only kind of party you want to have outside, something that includes water. But it does look like it kind of depends on where you live. If you live, east of 75, inland, you might have a higher chance of rain and storms. But if you live closer to the coast, I think you'll have a better chance of it being completely dry. But you still got to be mindful of that kind of stuff. She was right in saying, when thunder roars, head indoors kind of thing. You got to be careful with thunderstorms developing, especially if you're doing anything outside. But it all is dependent on where you live. If you live inland, you're just going to have that higher chance for storms. Even with sea breeze, usually kind of collides along 75. So that's where we'll look for our best chance for storms into the weekend. But overall, rain stays pretty low this week. I was saying, look at the 7-day forecast. If you want to catch a Rays game, this is clearly the week to do it. They're here
Yes.
all week long
wow.
into Sunday.
Look at that.
And you know what? The Trop is air conditioned, so why not?
Perfect.
Perfect place to be. Low end rain chances. Even on Saturday, about a 40% coverage of storms. But again, I think that'll set up mainly for our inland communities.
Perfect. All right. Thank you, Courtney.
Thank you.
Allison.
I was at the Rays game yesterday. It was very nice inside the Trop. Well, it's an exciting year at the Vinoy Resort and Golf Club as it is setting to celebrate its 100th anniversary. Its newest dining experience, Elliott Astor, is a new culinary chapter for the historic property. So in this Great Day Dining, we sit down with the chef to reflect on the past year. It is absolutely stunning in here. I am in the dining room at Elliott Astor with Chef Penny. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for coming. This is so cool to get to do this in our space.
Absolutely. We love it. It is gorgeous in here. What is the concept behind this restaurant?
So the idea is that we want to just give really great service and make delicious food. It's very Italian, kind of like a steakhouse, pasta joint vibes. We try to use as much seasonal local product as possible. We have a couple of farm partnerships that we work with. We're a partnership with Lee Wolin and the Boca Restaurant Group. So we get to work with a very well-renowned chef. His chef team is really cool that we get to work with. So it's a really neat partnership for the Vinoy.
Talk about the name.
So we are named after a local wildflower called Elliott's Aster, and they're actually on the table in the dining room every day, which is really cool. And it just kind of like pulls in the whole Florida, like this is where we are, this is what we want to showcase.
Yeah, and it really feels beautiful in here, and that's really part of it. Is the experience of coming here,
Definitely.
is the atmosphere here.
The dining room is so gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's a really neat renovation project in the sense that the hotel is 100 years old, and I think that's really neat to preserve the history. Like that's one of our core values at the Vinoy is to make history, but also preserve our history.
And now you get to be a part of that, and this
Totally.
new beautiful restaurant gets to be a part of that history and people's celebrations.
Definitely. It's incredible and it's really fun, you know, to look at the reservation book every night and see how many people are coming for birthdays or anniversaries, and that we get to delight them and we get to, you know, make the experience for them. It's really exceptional.
Really special. Make those reservations. You're gonna want
Definitely.
to. It's so worth it. So you just started brunch recently.
Yes.
How is that? How's the brunch menu been?
It's been really fun. You know, like obviously we really want to get it out there that we have some really cool dishes and the service experience is fun, and there's things on the brunch menu that are not on the dinner menu. So one of the dishes that I love that's a great one to share, and that's kind of our intention, the idea is to come and like have some plates, share some things. The carrot dip is actually vegan, you know, like a really fine puree of carrot. There's some salmorillo on top of it, which is a Italian relish. We make it with Castelvetrano olives and lots of herbs and some shallots. So just kind of a fresh bite. We make the crackers in-house, and then we serve it with like a variety of fun vegetables, crudité. But it's just a delicious bite, and it's something great to share, like especially when maybe you're having your first brunch cocktail.
It's a little sweet.
It is a little sweet. There's a little bit of honey in there, and then we finish it with the sesame crumble, so there's a little bit of shallot, so like it's kind of a sweet and savory vibe.
And then what do we have here?
This is our eggs in purgatory, so it's essentially like a shashuka. We have eggs that are poached in a Calabrian, like a slightly spicy Calabrian tomato sauce, a little bit of Italian sausage, some feta, and then we finish it with grilled sourdough.
Oh my gosh.
So, you
How
know.
do I eat this? Just a bite with the egg and everything
Yeah,
else?
get a little bit of egg. It's a little bit, the yolk should be a little bit runny, which is nice.
Yeah.
Super delicious. This is one of my favorite savory items.
Which is my favorite kind of brunch.
Mine too, like I'm definitely lean more to the savory side, but we have some really cool sweet items as well. We have a really exceptional pastry team in-house, and the pastry chef that we work with from Boca is amazing. So we have these 4 pastry items. You can get them individually or you can get the board to share, and I think it's a great way to have something sweet at brunch. Also something savory. There's a cheddar and chive scone, an old-fashioned donut that we fry literally in the morning. We have a raspberry Pop-Tart, and this is nothing like a normal Pop-Tart that you take out of your cupboard. It's lovely. And then a banana and chocolate coffee cake. Ooh. The banana flavor comes through, and it's got like a really nice crumb structure. It's moist. Like that and a cup of coffee
Would be perfect.
would be so perfect.
Yeah. And this is, you can get on both menus, right?
You can. That is our radiatori alla vodka. So that's an extruded pasta. And the vodka sauce is like a tomato cream, a little bit of Calabrian chili, and we finish that with pecorino and olive oil. Very, very popular. But it's a great one to share. It's easy to share, and you'll clean the plate usually. We have a big bistecca alla Fiorentina, which is a 48-ounce porterhouse that we cook on the white oak on our grill. So it gets a really nice char. You get a little bit of the smoky flavor from the wood. I also brought out some salsa verde. We do a variety of different sauces at dinner that you can add to a steak. I love this because it's light and fresh, so very herb forward, a little bit of garlic, some capers, olive oil, a fresh kick for your steak.
Yeah. And we can't forget about desserts.
We have to have dessert.
We have to have dessert.
In front of me is the pistachio stracciatella. So it's basically like a pistachio gelato with chocolate chip mixed throughout it. We get a beautiful pistachio paste that's a Sicilian pistachio paste, so it's like that bright green color is natural. We also have our olive oil cake, which is finished with a vanilla panna cotta whip that's on top, and right now we're doing a strawberry compote, so Florida strawberries are happening right now, so we got to showcase that. That's probably one of my favorite desserts besides the gelato. I just love an olive oil cake. It's moist. The last dessert is our budino, which is essentially like an Italian custard, and this has a little coffee liqueur and a coffee caramel on the top layer, and then of the custard, and then on top of it we do a little chocolate crumble. Also, fun fact about that one, it's totally gluten-free. It's really cool to get to offer a gluten-free dessert that's decadent and exciting.
Well, and you can't have brunch without a cocktail.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. They look beautiful. The colors of them are great.
Definitely.
All right, so let's start with this one. What is this called?
That is our Venetian spritz. So we use select aperitivo, sparkling wine, little soda water, and then classically in Venice they do an olive and an orange as the garnish. This is the Crimson Heat.
I need to get this on the rim?
Yes,
Yeah.
a little tahine rim. Jalapeno infused tequila, mezcal, and then it's finished with blood orange. So kind of margarita vibes.
Yeah, a little bit,
you
but
know?
it has just a little bit different of a flavor.
For sure.
These are
Little
great
smoky.
brunch drinks.
It doesn't matter to me as a chef necessarily that you remember every single dish, but I want you to remember how much fun you had and how happy maybe your party was, and if you have a feeling and you leave, you'll be drawn to come back.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for having us.
Thank you for coming.
So we mentioned at the top of the show that you were in New York City on assignment last week. So how was it?
Yeah, it was fabulous. So we went with the Straz. I went with Rob, one of our camera guys here, and it was an amazing trip. They did such a good job. We saw 3 shows.
Okay.
We saw Buena Vista Social Club, Death Becomes Her, and The Great Gatsby. Just a few of the shows that are coming to the stage here in Tampa. The season starts in October, and I just know that Tampa is going to love Buena Vista Social Club.
Yeah.
It is an amazing, all 3 of them were amazing, but Buena Vista Social Club was probably my favorite.
Okay.
The music was amazing. It was set in Havana, Cuba, right during the revolution, and it actually followed the characters when they were younger during the revolution, and then about 30 to 40 years later, and where they are now. And a lot of them that were musicians in the Buena Vista Social Club, which was this club in Havana. And yeah, it was just amazing. The music, the musicians, and I just know because of our culture here in Tampa, that Tampa's just gonna love this show. So go get your tickets now for this one, because I have a feeling it's gonna sell out. But they were all amazing. Death Becomes Her.
I was excited about that. I wanted to hear what you thought about that, because the movie is so
I loved it. So
fun.
I think I saw the movie maybe way back when, but it didn't really, I don't even remember it, but the show was awesome. As you know, the movie has a lot of special effects, so you're probably like, how are they going to do some of that on stage? Well, that's the best part. I mean, it's really cool. And then the 2 leading actresses that played the main characters were amazing. So I don't know who they're going to cast to do the tour, but these ladies were phenomenal. But I think you'll really enjoy it too. It's funny. It was laugh out loud funny. So.
That's how the movie was. It's kind of like silly and goofy, but funny.
Perfect. But also I really enjoyed all 3 shows because I felt like they were all, you know, very Broadway. There was dancing, there was music, there were the costumes, the set design. It kind of had it all.
Yeah.
So yeah, really good. And if you like The Great Gatsby, that story, then you're gonna love the show because it was really good. It was
That's
a lot
so
of fun.
that you got to do that and got to see that. And then now you have a little preview for when
Oh
they
my
come
gosh,
here.
yeah, I'm so excited. I'm gonna see all 3 of them again when they come because they were so good.
So worth it. Yeah. Did you go to the Knicks parade?
No, but you know, it was happening while we were there.
Yeah.
But it was all, I would say, south of where we were. So we didn't even, you know, we didn't have to deal with any of that. But obviously a ton of Knicks fans, a lot of people from the World Cup too. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Busy time to be in New York.
Busy time to be in New York, yeah.
Okay, if you want to watch any of the segments again from today's show, maybe you missed the details about that sweet puppy for our Pet of the Week or the Socks for Cancer, you can watch the show at 3 o'clock. Free on our 10 Tampa Bay streaming app. Download and watch it on Roku TV, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
All right, everyone, we hope you had a great time watching the show. Have a great day.
We'll see you back here tomorrow.
The Great Day Live Kitchen is sponsored by Kitchen Saver, custom cabinet renewal.
Watch Dave Wagner, weeknights on 10 Tampa Bay News.
At Farah & Farah, every injury case we prepare has a recipe. A little grit, a lot of prep, and a team that knows that every second counts. When the pressure's on, we cook. Call Farah & Farah, your case made to order.
Robin Hood and Little John walking through the forest, laughing back and forth at what the other has to say. Reminiscing this and that and having such a good time. Oodle-lolly, golly, what a day. Oodle-lolly, golly, what a day.
I was driving to work when I was rear-ended by a careless driver. After the accident, my family encouraged me to call attorney Dan Newland. Dan was awesome. His team was on top of everything. And at the end of my case, Dan got me $900,000.
Insurance companies just don't hand that money over. If you've been involved in a car accident, I'll fight hard to win big for you too. Call me at 813-888-8000.
Thanks, Dan, for winning my case.
You get hurt in a car wreck and the insurance company offers you a tiny little check.
This tiny little check won't even cover your car repairs.
Don't take a tiny check from the insurance company. You may deserve more money, and I'll fight to get it for you.
Jack Bernstein got a client who injured their leg in a car wreck, $300,000.
Don't take a tiny check for your car wreck. Call Jack Bernstein.
Jack's got your back.
I'm attorney Jack Bernstein, protecting your rights.
813-333-6666.
All right, what do we got here?
Well, doctor, today we have a 64-year-old male trauma.
All right, let's open him up.
You wouldn't have a mechanic do your brain surgery.
That's nice.
Just like you wouldn't have anyone but Morgan & Morgan handle your injury case.
A lot of mileage on this old girl.
With over $30 billion